Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to this Zoom, this 15th of October 2025. Our friend Mario tonight is under the weather, so this is why he is not here to perform the first moments of these Zooms, of these update Zooms. So, again, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know on these English Zooms, we're all over the world. And I'm going to be adding our friend Jenny here. Give me a second. I'm not used to these commands. Confirm. There you go. And yeah, so again, welcome. We should give you a good update tonight of what is happening, where we are at, and where we are going, and what is happening, especially with the virtual cards and everything else. We're going to give you some updates on that too. So stay tuned. And admit here, admit. Someone here is going to admit. There you go. So again, welcome, and I will give the floor to our friend Jenny if he's available.
Yeah, I'm there, Denis.
He's there. Perfect. Well, thank you, Jenny. Thank you to be there. Thank you to be back actually because I know you were pretty busy. Start AI. Okay. My God, a lot of little commands here I got to do. Okay, I'm not used to that. Okay. So
Are
go
you
ahead, my friend. It's all yours.
are you managing the command center,
I'm
Denis?
managing. I'm managing. I'm doing everything I can.
You hit the four red buttons and move the joystick and tap the other two.
Exactly, and I'm still controlling. I'm going in between the cones.
All right, all right, good. Okay. Well, let me take a little bit of the let me take the spotlight for you so you can keep on taking a look at all those buttons. But
Thank you. I appreciate it.
so thank you very much. Thanks for doing the opening, Denis, and hope Mario gets well soon. Wish him all the best when you do speak to him on my part. And thank you to everybody for being here week after week and giving me an opportunity to update everyone from last week to this week. And to quote Denis, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining. So let me start before we get into anything else. I think it's important to address the virtual pay cards. If you haven't noticed already in your back, um, that happened Friday. It's a 3 to 4 hour process, so it probably started around Friday and into maybe the early morning hours of Saturday. They're currently on hold. They remain on hold. Everybody's funds that are on the cards will remain there and are safe. The information I'm going to give you comes firsthand from our supplier slash the issuing bank. Um, so we were informed by some members and others towards last Thursday, Friday, and others even before that. And I owe you, you know who you are, and I owe you a big thanks for reaching out even from a week before and telling me there seems to be something weird. I was driving, I stopped for gas. I put gas. I'm noticing that I'm still getting some weird transactions on my card, some weird behaviors. And sure enough, before you knew it, last Friday, our supplier checked and and let us know that there was a problem at the bank level. Of course, we'll never get more information for everybody's security, including the bank, but there was a problem at the bank level, and so we immediately put the cards on hold. Um, and that was the suggestion of the supplier, and of course, we agreed with it. We did take 3 to 5 hours, our whole development team, to do a quick scan on our own platform to see if by any chance there was something vulnerability or something that that's possible, that's something that was open on our side, and we weren't able to find anything. And the supplier confirmed that this was at the bank level. So we did have calls ever since, almost every day, excluding maybe Sunday and Monday. But we our last call with the supplier was today. Yesterday, they gave us the green light to reopen the cards. We had a long discussion, and towards the end of it, one of the members of our supplier said, "Can you give me till tomorrow? I just want to check how the rest of our clients are doing." He hasn't given us the extra green light that we were looking for today, so the cards remain on hold. I believe strongly that after looking at the transactions on our side, and all we can see is the failed attempts, after looking at the transactions on our side, they've decreased, of course, including the denied and refused ones. I believe, and don't quote me, but just share my opinion. I believe by tomorrow we'll get the green light to reopen those virtual cards, which would conclude on this episode of those cards. At the same time, we have been working with our suppliers and others to probably expedite our plans for the physical cards that we had planned for. Um, the physical cards themselves were always there. I mean, Danielle had the opportunity to try those physical cards when he traveled in September. It worked really well. The KYC, like Denis has mentioned many times, the KYC was a little bit wonky and did not go the way we wanted it. Apparently, it's been corrected. I say apparently because I haven't had another crack at it, nor has any of the administrators. So we will start looking back at those cards. Um, Before I get into where we're at with the physical cards, let's jump back to the virtual cards. So, anybody who has seen suspicious behavior in their cards, in their transaction list, have already messaged our customer support, and we're treating everyone as an independent file. So, a case is open for every single one. Even if there was nothing taken or nothing wrong from the account, if you saw something suspicious, let customer service know. We have direct communication with who we need to. We'll open up a case on every single one of them, and they'll be brought to the bank level. For those that have suspicion that some funds have been removed, those two will have a case open and will be brought right to the bank level. The bank is recognized that that the issue came at their level, and so all we've been told to do is open up a case and send it to them. And that's what we'll do. We are implementing with our dev team, we are implementing, I don't even know how to call it, but a level of verification on every single transaction that goes through all the cards. We're not big brothering it, but we're using artificial intelligence to learn the transactions and to be able to detect if there's a trend or a weird behavior. And then we'll inform the provider and the banks. Now, I say that because I'm proud of the work we're doing, but the truth is we don't need to rely on that. This should happen at the bank level. And the bank level are the ones who issue the cards. They're the ones who are monitoring the transactions. We're just doing this because we've learned from this, and we want to put an extra level for ourselves. But remember, once it hits us, it's already too late. But at least we can be of support and work with our partners closely and help them out and build a stronger and stronger relationship, which equals a better and better service to everybody here. So we are working on that part. I'll go back to the physical cards. Physical cards, I think, will be expedited. We will, in the next days or weekish, put on a pre-registration on the website. It's just for people to pre-register and reserve a card. We do have inventory of those plastic cards, physical cards. The problem is we don't have a big enough inventory, and we'll have to place an order. So what we're looking to do is put a pre-registration so that we can reserve that small quantity that we have right away. And also gives us an idea of what our next order should look like. So if you have any intentions to want to have a physical card, we'll put as much information as we can on that pre-registration page so that at least you know what you're pre-registering to, including fees, including anything we know about it. And then we'll put up that pre-registration page, and then we'll place an order. An order is always about 5 weeks away. So we want to get reserved our first batch that we have. We could expedite that order, and we're working hard on expediting it, but just want to give you all the information we have at the moment. I'll add another point on that front. We successfully completed the training for ACH payments for payouts. Of course, ACH is valid for the USA only, but for all our US members, ACH payments will also be expedited and it will be put in the back office. I don't have a time for you. I did complete the training with two other administrators, and Denis was one of them. It was pretty straightforward, and we'll keep the tests and everything we need to do as quickly and in priority as we can. I think by next week on this call, I think Denis will be able to have a better idea of when we're actually going to put that in the back office. And thought so I thought I'd add that to today's call since we're on the topic of those virtual cards and that stuff. Tomorrow, once we get the green light from the provider / issuing bank, we'll post a message immediately in the back office. Then expect 3 hours before all the holds are removed. This is something we initiate on our side, but we need to go through every single card, push it through the API, and ask for it ask for the hold to be removed. Technically, a change of status. Wait for the confirmation, jump to the next one. So we got thousands of cards to go through. It took us close to 3 hours to put them on hold. I'm expecting the same thing, about 3 hours to remove the hold. The process, the exact same thing, just the request has a different status. So once we know we're opening them up, we'll post the message. But remember, if it comes into the hours of where our dev team are not available to jump on it right away, then there's a chance, especially if it's late in the evening, there's a chance that this will only complete during the AM hours Eastern time, bringing it to the following day. But we're waiting, and I believe we'll get that response tomorrow as early as possible. That's a little bit of what we had not planned to speak about this week on this call, but I believe we, in respect to everybody, and as far as information goes, we wanted to make that one priority and get through that right away. Next, we're moving well on our side. No delays as far as development goes, apart from this. But apart from that, we're still on schedule. We want to get everything open to the world during this month of October. We look at it from day to day, and so far nothing is pointing at us missing any dates. So we're looking good. I do want to add, and I've said it last week, I'll say it again. Remember what the urgency and the priority was to adapt and evolve the platform based on what the feedback was from our legal team a couple of weeks ago. So we stopped everything else that we had planned, and we did this to prioritize opening up. So I ask that when we do open, we appreciate the basics of what we have, but the idea is to have less, but 100% functional. So we don't have time to play with. We want quality to be perfect. The only third variable in that famous triangle is functionalities and features. We can't get all three. It's impossible. We can't have all the functionalities on a tight timeline and respect quality. So quality is non-negotiable, so we need to keep that one. Time is not our friend, so the only way to make that triangle work is to reduce the functionalities and come out at least with everything we need and you need to be able to start sharing and satisfy the requirements for opening up to the world. The day after, we keep on opening up to the world, and the day after as well, and the day after as well. So this doesn't end. This was a temporary, the way I see it, we had this plan, we temporarily paused, shifted, pivot, reopen, go back to where we were a few weeks ago, and keep going strong on all those different functionalities and marketplaces and everything we want to bring. Um, I don't have too much more, and I apologize if some people here have taken the time to share things that are important and wish that I would address on this call. Um, but I don't have much more to share from a technical side, except not announcing any delays or not announcing anything alarming. I'm still extremely excited. Yeah, Friday was a bit of kick in the teeth, but hey, we're there, and we had the functionality to pause everything and respect security and respect everybody's well-being that's with us in our hands. And I thank the people here. Again, you know who you are on this call, who reached out and said, "Hey, I'm here to support you. There may be an issue. Let me give you some more information." We really worked as a team, so appreciate everybody who's looking out for each other here and looking out for us. I'm just amazed week after week on what a great team. So thank you very much again, Denis. I'm gonna shift it over to you. Thanks everybody for taking the time to click the what are those called, emoticons or emotion buttons or whatever we want to call them. Thanks for clicking them. It means a lot to everybody. It brings a really good mood. I hope everybody gets to see them, and it's not just us, but there's a lot of activity on the screen. So thanks a lot for that. Denis, if you have any questions that you know I'm missing on, then maybe you want to just ask me. I'm trying to think of the things Danielle tells me. I'm trying to think of all of that stuff. But if you got some questions that you want me to address, just let me know. Nothing weird happening with commissions, guys. The cron jobs do run every single night between 12 a.m. Eastern time and 4 a.m. Eastern time. If there's any errors on them, they throw errors. I look at the log files in the mornings. I don't see any. I've seen a few, usually on the test accounts that I put in there to test our error logs. So on that front, we're moving quick. Remember, when we do open up to the world, and we'll have more time to explain to this, those cron jobs will remain automated but manual. So it's a automated cron job, but it's a manual launch. Okay, so someone literally starts them and monitors them and sees them end. They'll happen every night, 12 to 4 a.m. There might be one night on the weekends where it won't. I'll let you guys know that once we open up. So 6 out of the 7 nights. But that will remain like that for 30 days after we open. Small little reminder, Denis, I hope I'm not grabbing all your content like I always do, but small little reminder, we open up on day X. The we're in a grace period. We open up on day X. We go for 30 days from that point. If it were November 1st, I'm just saying a date, but if it were November 1st, we're going in that grace until December 1st. On December 1st, the system will automatically be looking for the $120. For those of you who have already left your $120 when taking out your commissions, that's when that $120 will apply. So there's been a lot of grace period and a lot given by Danielle and supported by the administrators, and of course, well deserved from everybody here. So I think it was a triple handshake to make that work. But I just wanted to remind you guys a little bit of the dates. That's the way it looks. We're in this period now. There's a 30-day grace period from the day we open, and then we'll apply those $120 that you left in the account when you took out your commissions and left that toggle on. I think I covered a few of the things that I had going on my mind. Remember, anything that happened weird on your virtual cards, please, I don't want to use the word flood the customer service, but they're ready for it. Let them know. They'll open up a case. The worst thing you could do is say, was this or not? Let the banks decide. Send in an email to customer service. They'll build up your file. They'll send it in. They'll take the time it takes, and then we'll get back the information. Don't guess, just send. So that's it. Denis, anything else you want me to cover? I'm here. I did the whole thing. I might as well as just sorry about that.
Thank you, Jenny. It's okay. Well, you did mention about the ACH banking. That was a thing, something that I wanted to bring up, and that's cool because yes, we did that training, but we still have to go through and put the files and everything else. It's gonna be a bit of work to do on that, but that's all. It's gonna be there. We're working on that too. What I wanted to bring to you, Jenny, probably before we open to the world, are we still taking care of those level threes? You know, the support level threes where we're bottlenecked. I think there's still maybe a few cases that should be taken care of before
Yep.
we're open to the world, right?
There are a few. You're absolutely right, Denis. There are a few. I'm not sure if Danielle will have a chance to listen to the recording of this call or not, or if we are recording it. Not sure, but if we are, and if he is listening, I think we owe him a high five. He's done a great job at trying to clear out a lot of those. They're difficult. They require administration decisions, and they also require technical. But we have cleared out a lot, but there's still a bunch, Denis, and they will be cleared out before we open to the world.
Perfect, because I think that there's some people that were not too sure about that. So now we just want to assure them that that's going to be done. And the thing is, well, thank you, Jenny. I didn't have anything more to add for you, but what I wanted to add is that I'm the guy that's approving for the request, the payouts, commission payouts. Just to take note that we put everything on hold was to protect you, to protect us, and to protect you, to protect your commissions in the system. So right now, I know many of you have pending commission payouts. Don't worry about it. As soon as we get the green light, we will start approving again, and the commissions will be paid out. They will continue the flow of payout commissions as the requests are made. I was doing those requests every day until that, like Jenny said, the kick in the teeth that happened. I would say almost last Thursday and last Friday. We had to make a really really quick move because we were getting tickets about being frauded on cards and everything else, and those will be handled. That's everything is being done with the providers right now, and everything will be handled in the coming weeks. Okay, so don't worry about that. So when we do reopen, and I believe it should be like maybe tomorrow or to the best Friday the approvals will start again. So don't worry about that. Everything's going to be taken care of. So that was a very important phase. It just brought us back a little bit, but everything's cool. Like Jenny said, everything's moving along. We're working hard. We're working on the, we're gonna. Our plan is to have really good, unique, I would say, products, monthly products that are going to be coming monthly. So we are working also on signing some contracts to get that done, to get that ready also, at least for the 1st of November. Because you got to know, we're going to be opening to the world so you can start getting your share link, your referral link, start to share, start to grow your teams again. And also, the products will be coming out by phase, guys. Everything's going to be by phase because if we wait that everything's there, we probably won't open before January. So we're going to open by phase. So we're going to start for the minimum to start. I would say the minimum of the maximum of the minimum we need. Then we're just going to go open phase one, phase two, and phase three. And you're going to see in the progress of the work being done in the back office, you're going to see this is happening. The wallet's there. The crypto payout is going to be there. The ACH banking is going to be there. So everything is going to move in a flow. And I believe by January, February, March, I believe that's probably where we will have, I would say, the real company launch. Right now, we're still in pre-launch. When we open to the world, we're still in pre-launch. Then we're going to be moving out to the real launch, which I expect to be happening in the beginning of 2026 or in, I would say, close to spring, where we'll have everything in place ready to get things going and get all the merchants on board and everybody that's going to want to come and bring their products to sell and everything else. So we're working on that. Okay. So I learned a word a few many years ago is that take your time, it goes faster. What I mean is take time to put things in place carefully, and everything will move very very quickly after. We have to take care of security. We got the proof again. We never know when we can get hacked. So all that's got to be secure. So everything that's being done in the background, the foundation is very very strong. That's what we want. Okay, we really want that strong that strength because you know today in today's world, technology, how it can be hacked and attacked, and everything is happening. We are even seeing banks being attacked. We're seeing governments being attacked. So those guys are moving everywhere. So we always need that protection. And I'm glad that Johnny brought that next layer, that tool, that extra tool is going to be put for us and to help also our providers to have a better result if anything happens. Okay. So we're moving along fine. And yeah, I think Jenny wanted to add something, probably. Did you want to add
Uh,
something? Or were you
yeah,
coughing?
no, 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 a bit of both. But I do want to add, I was looking through, and I do want to add one thing that I promised we would speak about as far as crypto. So, crypto payout is one of the things that we are also going to escalate um, quicker. So, like we have crypto pay in, we'll be putting the crypto payout API in so that you can get your commissions through crypto. Now, when we're not going to delay the opening to the world for this. I do know it takes 2 to 3 days to integrate, test, and deploy live. So, in full transparency, I believe we will open to the world, and the next release will have a couple of pieces on it 2 3 days later, and that's one of them. So, rest assured that we do have it, and we will be offering it along with some other nice functionalities that'll come with that. But um, I'll hope for it, but I won't expect to have it for the day we open to the world. Otherwise, these 2 3 days of all these nice to have functionalities um, just keep on prolonging. But we will definitely be integrating it. I'll also touch a little bit on pay-ins. We are working on having a credit card provider for paying in. Our challenges are a little bit with India right now, but as far as Canada, US, Europe, we have our provider. We're still doing some tests for India, and possibly some other countries, but just to bring up those for the moment. But we will have one um, when we open up to the world, and hope to have one also for India at that time. Um, I just wanted to address those, and I know that a few people here have mentioned them in the past, and I owed them a response on this call.
Well, thank you, Jenny. Thank you for adding that. As for that, I don't think we have much more to add for tonight. If you do have any questions, please send them. We have the group. Put them in the group. See how we can answer that too. We're moving along, so just make sure. And I want to thank everybody again for your patience, again for your resilience. Because if it wasn't for people like you, for people that are here tonight again, after all this time, if it wasn't for all of us together, we would not be here tonight on the Zoom speaking with you. That's for sure. So because of that energy, that motivates us to really get everything going. Because our plan is to win, win, win with everybody. We want everybody to win. We're not there just to win. We're there to serve you so that everybody wins together. That's our intention. Our vision has never changed. Our intention has never changed. It's always going to be there. It's the same since the beginning. And as we're going to go, we're going to grow, and everything's going to take a lot of expansion, and it's going to be just fantastic that we're all going to be together, guys. So thank you again. Thank you very much. Be there next Wednesday. I'm sure next Wednesday will be the 22nd. We'll be very, very, very close, guys, to probably announce some different things. We never know, right? So, in God's grace, thank you, everybody that have been there tonight, and see you next week, same time, same channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
How do I unmute everybody here? I'm sorry for the functionalities here. Has to all to unmute. There you go.
Big, the big,
The big.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Good.
you.
Good.
I can't
Good
wait.
morning.
Aw, have a good night.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We can't wait
Thank
to lunch.
you.
Yeah, the QR code.
Thank you.
Great call.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I
Yay.
trust everyone have a wonderful evening.
Thank
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for everything we all are doing.
Everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.